Last week, we looked into my top 10 favorite Snorlax fusion dex entries, and I really enjoyed that, so I decided to stay in the Kanto region and take a look at another iconic Gen 1 Pokemon's fusions, which ended up being Gengar. I know Gengar has a lot of awesome sprites, having played through Infinite Fusion and shared some of the fusions with you guys here on YouTube. I know what it had to offer, but little did I know what kind of dex entries we were going to get ourselves into. Gengar has so many dex entries, I could not narrow it down to 10 like we did with Snorlax last week. So here are just my favorite Gengar dex entries. It's going to be in Pokedex order from the actual fusion decks. I'll put a link below of the Infinite Dex website so you guys can look at all the dex entries if you want to. But here are my favorites. It's about 20 to 25-ish dex entries. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Our first fusion is Gengar and Charizard. Genizard. Trainers must be very experienced with Ghost-type Pokemon to have any hope of curbing Genizard's stubborn disobedience. Rumor has it that even Ghost-type gym leaders have been possessed by one if given too much freedom. Our next fusion is Gengar and Butterfree, Genfree. This one actually has two dex entries I'd like to take a look at. The first one is Genfree roams during the night, releasing spores into the air. These spores cause those who are asleep to experience horrible nightmares. The second dex entry is Genfree's primary defense mechanism is a face-like pattern on its wings. Few predators can withstand its soul-piercing gaze. Our next fusion is Gengar and Golbat, Golgar. Police in Saffron City use Golgar to monitor bar patrons at night. If brawls erupt, it deploys Confuse Ray to incapacitate the offenders until officers arrive. I just love the thought of these Golgars being around bars, and if something breaks out, they go in and break things up. Who needs a bouncer when you can just have a Golgar? Our next fusion is Gengar and Vileplume, Genplume. In the correct amounts, Genplume's toxic nectar can be used to cure illness, but any mistake in the dosage can cause severe hallucinations and death. Our next fusion is of Gengar and Parasect, Paragar. Mysterious laughter emanating from mushroom-ridden forest is a signal that a Paragar is nearby. Should you allow it to enter your shadow, you will feel the mushroom of Paragar's head slowly take over your mind. Our next fusion is Gengar and Machamp, Genchamp. Genchamp roam empty city streets in the dead of the night, offering rides to humans walking alone. It is said that those who accept the wicked spirit's offer are carried away to the underworld, never to be seen again. And this is yet another reason why you do not want to roam the city streets by yourself. Next fusion is Gengar and Mr. Mime, Genmime. Genmime are masterminds of deceit, constantly tricking trainers into freeing them from their detachable strings. This is used as a distraction while they suck the trainer's life force away. The next fusion is Gengar and Electabuzz, Genbuzz. Genbuzz hide within streetlights and drain their energy entirely, causing the bulb to go out. While someone replaces the dead bulb, Genbuzz springs out and pushes them off the ladder. We're going to start seeing a trend as these dex entries goes. Genbuzz is the first one, but a lot of these, it's not always just the Gengar trying to take the life force or causing nightmares. Sometimes they're just trying to prank people because they get kicks out of it. Our next fusion is actually going to have multiple different dex entries. It's of Gengar and Porygon. On the first side, it's a Porygar. It is said that Porygar was the result of a failed attempt to create a doorway to another dimension, and as a failed project, this Pokemon seeks revenge. And on the other side of this Gengar and Porygon fusion, we have Gengar. If you have ever seen inside of this Pokemon's mouth, those who have are said to be trapped in another dimension from which they cannot escape. And to continue on with the Porygon fusions, we have Gengar and Porygon Z, another Porygar. A living computer virus, Porygar's programming is so corrupt and malicious that it can even cause nearby humans and Pokemon severe migraines. Up next, we have Gengar and Ampharos, Amphagar. The light emitted by its tail is used to deceive sailors by sending out false SOS messages. When it succeeds, it lets out a blood-curdling laugh. Our next fusion is Gengar and Sudowoodo, Genwudo. Gravestones are actually a part of Genwudo. The purple body is made of a nearly identical rocky material. It tends to stay still for most of the day, but it is extremely active on nights with a new moon. Up next, we have another Pokemon where we're going to actually see both sides of its fusion. We have Gengar and Steelix. On the first side, it is Steegar. Stegar's body is infused with cursed minerals, allowing it to phase between dimensions at will. It lurks in the darkness, its eerie grin being the last thing prey sees before vanishing into the void. And on the other side, we have Genlix. While asleep, the crystals on Genlix's body emit an eerie glow. This light serves as a warning to any creature that might disturb it. At least it's warning people. None of these other Gengars have seemingly been warning any of the people that they're either going to trick, cause nightmares, or take to the underworld. This next fusion I regret to get into, but this dex entry was just too good, so I have to share. It is Gengar and Miltank, a Milgar. Legends say that anyone who drinks Milgar's milk will be cursed for all eternity. However, no one can stand the sight of it long enough to milk it. And I wonder why. Up next, we have Gengar and Suicune, Suigar. It hides in the dark depths of water. If it senses that the water is polluted, it leaps out and attacks the culprit, dragging them to their fate. Finally, a good Gengar fusion. Sure, it's still killing someone and taking them under, but someone's polluting, it's actually caring about the environment. Like, this is a good one. I don't care what anyone says to me, this is a good fusion so far. Up next, we have Gengar and Leafeon, a Genpheon. Genpheon form in areas being urbanized and are believed to be the spirits of the plants that have been killed. They haunt construction crews, doing what they can to disrupt machinery and stall progress. I can think of a few instances where a Genpheon could be useful right now. Just a few. Our next fusion is Gengar and Absol, a Gensoul. Gensoul love to live in abandoned mansions. It is known to give bad luck to those who see into its third eye. Up next is Gengar and Salamence, Genmance. It's said those split in two by the wings of Genmance have their souls eviscerated, denying them an afterlife and erasing them entirely. The thought of a Pokemon being so powerful that when it splits you in two and, as it says, eviscerates you, that you don't go to the afterlife, that you're just completely poof gone forever, any existence, just gone? What? Our next fusion is Gengar and Kyogre, Kyogre. It awakens between long periods of inactivity. Never seen in full, its only herald are massive whirlpools, bringing ships right into its endless maw. Our next fusion is Gengar and Dialga, Genalga. Genalga is said to detest clocks, going out of its way to alter time on all clocks around, even trapping people in time loops as payback for owning one. Many horologists and physicists have united in their hatred for it, leading to a bitter rivalry. I'm sorry, but those scientists can't do anything with this. If something has the power to alter time, I don't think that's a fight you want to be fighting. Our next fusion is Gengar and Glalie, Gligar. Gligar hides in the shadows of sheer cliffsides to startle travelers. Its pranks often aim to knock unsuspecting hikers off balance. Up next is Gengar and Frostlass, a Frostgar. Lurking in icy mountain shadows, it waits for unsuspecting travelers. Lonely, it freezes them into sculptures to keep as companions? Our second to last fusion is Gengar and Noivern, a Noigar. Noigar can manipulate others by distorting their sense of hearing. It's been confirmed that at least a few friendships have ended because of it. Imagine this guy just messing with your hearing to the point where it can manipulate what you're hearing from another person. Like, that is some devious stuff. And our last fusion is Gengar and Cresselia, Gensalia. Gensalia's main source of power is the nightmares of humans. The crescent moon on its back glows brighter with each nightmare it consumes. If there's any takeaway from these fusions, is that Gengar is mischievous on its own. Fusing it with other Pokemon that also have a bit of a mischievous side, just not a great combo. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. It's been a lot of fun looking through these dex entries. I hope you guys have been enjoying it too. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment below what Pokemon you guys would maybe like to see next. I might put a poll up here at some point. If you want to head over to my Discord, they're actually going to be the ones that are going to decide what we're going to do next week. So thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next video.